Good morning, everyone. May I please speak with your parents? Thank you. Today, your child will need at least 2 pieces of paper, markers, crayons, or colored pencils, scissors, and a glue stick for the craft. It would be extra nice if the paper was a little heavier like cardstock, but it's not necessary. We also recommend that you clear out a space in the room large enough for your child to move around during worship. Each week, we provide an optional activity sheet that goes along with the lesson. You may find it at northcoastchurch.com under the Children's Ministry tab. Now we're ready to begin. Thank you for your time. You see my jacket? I need to go outside. Good morning. What are you guys doing in the closet? Well, hey, here's the deal. I gotta get my jacket on, the raincoat, because I gotta go work with the hose, and you know how hoses can be. They're pretty unruly. So, I think I'm ready to go outside. We got church and worship though. Let's go.
Story God is strong. He'll do anything big or small. Nothing is impossible for a super wonderful God. Every day I can know God is always there for me and my family. Every day I can know greater is the one who lives inside me. Super big, super strong, super wonderful God. Super big, super strong, super wonderful God. Our God is strong. He'll do anything big or small. Nothing is impossible for a super wonderful God. Every day I can know God is always there for me and my family. Yeah, every day I can know greater is the one who lives inside me. Super big, super strong, super wonderful God. Super big, super strong, super wonderful God.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Suck Up Challenge. My name's Tracy, I'm from the Carlsbad campus. This is my granddaughter Gracie.
Hello.
And my grandson Coleman.
Oh yeah.
And my husband's behind the camera. What you need for the Suck Up Challenge is a straw and a bowl for each team
And tissue paper.
and tissue paper.
But if you get regular paper, it's too hard.
So today what we're going to do is we are going to see boys against girls who can suck up the most pieces of paper in 30 seconds. Are you ready?
Yes.
Five, four, three, two, one, stop. All right, let's see who got the most. Okay, now it's the adults' turn. Girls 13, boys 9. I think I got this.
Okay.
All right.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
All right, the tally is in. It was super close of boys against girls. Here's the official score.
30.
30
And the boys are 28.
Did you have fun?
Yes.
Did you have fun?
Yes.
Awesome. And we can't wait to see you on the Suck Up Challenge.
Good evening, my friends. It's time to count. You see, my name is Count Bachelor, and of course, from previous weeks, you know, I like to count. Today, we will be counting some doggies. Oh, I love doggies. Look very carefully for our furry, slobbery friends. How many do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Wait a minute. My spectacular bat sonar capabilities are picking up some unusual frequencies. I do not believe that one in the back there is a doggy. I believe that might be my good friend Raj. Hello, Raj. 7 dogs. I count 7 dogs. Good job counting with me, my friends. Next, flowers. I love flowers. I also like to count flowers. Let's count just the yellow flowers. How many do you see? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 yellow beautiful flowers. Let's count the purple. Purple is my favorite color. Can you guess why? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 3 purple flowers. Now, let's count just the pink flowers remain. How many can you count? Let's begin. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. My fantastic echolocation once again thinks that there might be some kind of mistake. That pink flower is really my dear good friend Ali. Hello, Ali. Great job counting, everybody. See you soon.
Yes. Today's word is sovereign. Sovereign. To be sovereign is to possess supreme authority, free from external control or controlling influences. To be sovereign is to have unlimited, absolute power. You are your own boss. You're independent of all else, not subject under anyone else's control, having the full right to make all of one's own decisions. You have all the power in the universe, not dependent on anything. Example, God is sovereign. He has no limits to his power or his rule. He has control over the whole universe and everything that happens in it. He is never helpless. He's never frustrated or at loss. Nothing happens outside of God's sovereign, ultimate will. His plan always succeeds, which means we can always trust the promises he makes to us, like loving us and being with us forever.
Hi, my name is Paula, and today we have some picture puzzles for you. We're going to show you just a small part of the picture, and as soon as you know which Bible story it is, just shout it out. And you may not know at first. You can make as many guesses as you want, but as the story page gets bigger and bigger and bigger, you're going to know which Bible story. So as soon as you know, shout it out. Are you ready? Here's the first one. What's that look like? It looks like the mouth of a big monster. Do you know the story? It's the story of Jonah when he was swallowed by a big fish. Jonah knew what God had asked him to do, but he didn't like the plan. He didn't understand that God's plans always succeed, whether we are on board or not. Here's the next one. Do you know who that is? Looks like he's got a lion nearby. Wow, there are lots of lions and they look hungry. You're right. That's Daniel in the lion's den. Daniel didn't know if God would save him, but God had a plan and he had more things for Daniel to do. How about this one? It looks like a baby in a basket floating down a river, and there's a girl on the side. Do you know who that is? It's baby Moses. When Moses' family tried to protect him by placing him in the river, they didn't know if God would save him. But God had big plans for Moses too. He watched over Moses and floated him right over to the palace where the princess took him in as her own. It was always part of God's big plan. I bet you know this story. It's the story of Jesus dying on the cross for our sins. The next day, his followers didn't know what to do, so they gathered together in a room. But then Jesus rose from the dead, which was all part of God's big plan for all of us. Sometimes we only see a little bit of the picture, but God's always got a plan, and He knows how the whole story will end.
Hey guys, I'm Allison, and today I'm going to teach you the memory verse. So we're going to run through it once, and then we're going to break it up into 2 parts so we can learn it together. So the memory verse for today is Isaiah 14:24b. You can be sure what I have planned will happen. What I have decided will take place. So the first part is you can be sure. So we're going to go with our finger. You can be sure that what I have planned. So 2 hands in front of you. What I have planned will happen. So flip your fingers. What will happen? So you can be sure what I have planned will happen. Good job. First part. Second part is what I have decided. So we're going to do our thumb and our first finger. What I have decided will take place. So the same as the last one. We're going to flip our fingers again. So one more time. What I have decided will take place. Good job. So now we're going to run through it. So Isaiah 14:24b. You can be sure what I have planned will happen. What I have decided will take place. One more time. You can be sure what I have planned will happen. What I have decided will take place. Isaiah 14:24b. Great job, guys.
Hey guys, my name's Shelby. Today, we're gonna look up a Bible story. We're gonna look up Acts chapter 5, verse 33. Are you ready? Let's go. All right, do you guys remember where we start? That's right, the table of contents. And that's found at the very beginning of your Bible. It's a list of all the books and the page numbers that are in the Bible. All right, so we are looking for Acts. If we remember from last week, Acts is in our New Testament. So we're gonna skip this Old Testament column and we're gonna go straight to the New Testament. As we scroll down, we're looking for the book of Acts. Oh, there it is. All right, so now we're gonna scroll over and we found it's on page 1316. All right, let's go find it. Oh, I found Acts, so let's flip to the beginning of it. Great, we found Acts. Now we're gonna look for our chapter number 5. Our chapter numbers are these big numbers. In my Bible, they're green. So we're gonna look for chapter 5. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, almost there, and 5. Perfect. Now our verse number comes next. We're looking for verse 33. So we find these small little numbers in our text, and those are our verse numbers. So as we scroll down, we're looking for verse 33. Here's 10 at the end of my page, so we're gonna come up to this column and scroll down. Let's see, we're at 25 at the bottom of the page, so that means I need to flip over my page. We're looking for verse 33, so let's keep going. Oh, I found mine right here, verse 33. So we found it, Acts chapter 5, verse 33. Now this is where our story begins. Hey, it's time for our Bible story. Are you guys ready?
Yes! But Moo,
first I want to ask you about that word of the day. What was it?
Oh yeah, sovereign.
Yeah, that's it, sovereign. I like the sound of that word, which means God is super powerful, right?
Absolutely. It means that God's in charge of everything that happens in the world, and He's in control of everything, everywhere, all the time.
Wow.
Well, are you guys ready to learn?
Yes.
More? Okay, so the apostles have been given a really huge mission. Do you remember what it was?
To tell others about Jesus.
Even if it gets hard.
And for the apostles, it was getting hard.
Yeah, like the religious leaders and teachers were telling them not to tell others about Jesus, which was the opposite of what the angel had told them.
Right, and the apostles said, look, we've got to obey God, not what you guys are telling us to do.
And the teachers and religious leaders became really angry when the apostles kept preaching and evangelizing about Jesus.
That's right, and good word, by the way. Are you guys ready to help me keep telling that story and read part of the Bible with me?
Yes!
All right. Well, Peter had just told the religious leaders that he was going to obey God and not men. So we're at verse 33. Oh, Allie, do you want to read it for me?
Yes. When the leaders heard this, they became very angry. They wanted to put the apostles to death.
Yikes! What a place to stop. This sounds serious.
You're right. It is serious, Raj. But this is what happens next. One of the religious leaders, named Gamaliel, he said, hey, apostles, go outside. I need to talk to the religious leaders.
Okay, I'll read it. Men of Israel, he said, think carefully about what you plan to do to these men. Some time ago, Theudas appeared. He claimed he was really somebody. About 400 people followed him, but he was killed. All his followers were scattered, so they accomplished nothing.
My turn. Verse 37 says, after this, Judas of Galilee came along. This was in the days when the Romans made a list of all people. Judas led a gang of men against the Romans. He too was killed. All his followers were scattered.
Wait! Are they thinking that because Jesus had died, that his followers, the apostles, were going to scatter too?
Yes, because next, Gamaliel says, leave these men alone. Let them go. If their plans and actions are only human, they will fail. But if their plans come from God, you won't be able to stop these men. You will only find yourselves fighting against God.
His speech worked.
Wait!
They let them go.
Raj, are you reading ahead?
It says they beat them up.
Hey, you're reading ahead too.
I had to see what happened.
Me too.
All right, well, why don't you go ahead and tell us what happens in the rest of the chapter?
They beat them up, let them go, and told them not to preach about Jesus anymore.
But the apostles went right back to telling everyone the good news of Jesus.
That's right.
So, Merle, what did that guy, Gamaliel, mean when he said that the apostles' plans were only human? They will fail?
And that if their plans came from God, you wouldn't be able to stop them?
Well, Gamaliel, he knew that if the apostles were really doing God's work, and if Jesus was really part of God's plan, then nothing that they did would be able to stop it.
Oh, is that like God using his superpower and being sovereign?
That's exactly it. Because God has a plan, and he's in control of everything, all the time, everywhere.
Hey, that's like our memory verse.
Yeah, when God says,
You can be sure that what I have planned will happen. What I have decided will take place.
Merle, are we in God's plan right now while we're stuck at home and can't go to school or see our friends and grandparents?
You know what, Allie? We are. And even if we can only see a piece of this puzzle, we know that God can see the whole picture, and we can trust in his plan. Hey guys, it's time for art. Are you ready? This is what we're gonna make today. Come on, I'll show you how. All right, so these are some examples that I've already done. This is one with a rainbow and a sun and clouds, and here's one that my son made. Now, the fun part about this activity is you actually get to draw anything that you want to, so you can kind of decide that. But a good idea is to try and fill up the whole page, and we're not going to color anything in right now. We're just going to do the outline of whatever our design's going to be. So let's see, I'm going to pick up a pencil, and I'm going to, draw. I think I feel like doing a boat today. So you can go ahead and draw whatever design you want on your piece of paper. There we go. There we go. Let's see, what do you think? Some clouds up here. Some clouds over here. Perfect. Really, it can be designs, just shapes. It can be whatever you want. Okay, so now things are gonna get a little bit different. We're actually gonna flip our piece of paper over, and I'm gonna draw some lines like this, because I'm actually going to cut this up. I know, that sounds kind of wild. Here we go. Now I'm gonna cut it into 9 sections. You could use a ruler and get these really equally spaced out if you want to, but I'm okay with it being like this. And just in case I can't get it back together the way I want to, I'm gonna put numbers on it so I can get it in the right order later on. There we go. I'm also gonna do some arrows. That way I know which way is up. If you forget this part or don't do it, that's totally fine. You'll have fun putting it back together at the end. Okay, now I'm actually gonna cut along these lines. Just like that. Three more to go. Well, after this. All right. And these ones. Whew. It's kind of funny cutting up a picture I just drew. All right, I'm gonna mix them all up. And now we get to color them in. So I'm gonna make them in a stack. And even if I could figure out which part of my picture this is, I'm gonna kind of just ignore that. And I'm gonna color in the different pieces, just having fun with lots of bright colors. And if you wanna leave some pieces just the color of your paper, you totally can. So we have a lot to do. Let's get started. What's interesting about this art project is that it's made up of lots of pieces that come together to form a picture at the end. If I handed someone one of my pieces, just one, it might be hard for them to know what the big picture was, because I drew it and chances are I know what that part is. Well, our lives can be like that. God is our creator, and not just us, but the whole world too. He can see the full picture of what our life and world will be. We can only really see, well, right now and what we've lived through. We might see our current circumstances and not really know how things are going to end up. But the best part is that we can trust in God's plan because He has one. When I'm done with my picture and I have it all put back together, and don't worry, we're gonna do that part together, I'm gonna put it somewhere in my house. Every time I see it, I'm going to remember that I can trust that God sees the bigger picture and that I can trust in His plan. And I'm going to thank Him that He loves me and that He is in control.
That is
was really tough, but I'm finished. You know what? You might still be working on yours, and that's okay. Take as much time as you want. I am gonna go ahead and show you how I glue all these back on, just so you know how it comes together at the end. Okay, so there's two ways to do this. I can either lay them all out and kind of figure it out like a puzzle, or I could do it the organized way, which is I can flip them over and I can put them back in order the way that I had them. Okay, like 1, 2, 3, where is it? Oh, there it is, 4, 5, it's missing, there it is, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I'll be gluing them back in those spots, just like this. Okay, so I'm gonna move these right up here. And I'm going to actually need to be putting my 1 over in this corner, because you can't really see that, but I'll show you. So I'm gonna take my 1 and I'm gonna flip it over, because that's gonna be my top corner. Time to glue. So using a glue stick, you really wanna get the corners down. Those are the trickiest spots. I'm gonna glue it in. I'm gonna line it right up on top of that paper, trying to line up all the edges. Okay, now it's time for number 2. So I'm gonna flip it over and it goes here. And look, you can see, it lines up. So time to glue. Woo! Okay. And some of my purple glue is getting on the top, but this purple glue, it dries clear, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay, next piece goes right here. And I'm just using my bottom paper here, like scratch paper, because I'm gonna glue on top of it anyway. Ugh, okay. Now it's time for 4. So my 4 actually gets flipped over, and look, it lines up. Now what's really fun as you're doing this is you get to see how all the colors are gonna mash up. All right, oof, my hands are getting sticky. I have to make sure I wash them when I'm done with this. Here's number 5. There we go. That looks pretty good. Oh, I can see how my sailboat's coming together. Number 6. You know what I think is so fun about this is that these might not be normal colors that I would pick for this art project. I might try and actually make the water blue and the sky light blue, but when I do an art project like this, it's kind of like a surprise. I get to see what it turns out to be. Okay, almost done. Few last pieces. Oh, 9 goes over here. There we go. And if you're treating this like a puzzle, that's even extra fun. You could even have a family member, like your mom or dad, or a sibling, put it together for you. Okay, 2 more to go. Whoop, yep, just making sure it fits. And once I have all these glued on, I'm gonna wait till my glue dries just a little bit. And then what I like to do, and it's optional, meaning you don't have to do it, is I like to go back over the top and trace along my original drawing lines with a dark marker. And that just kind of helps the design show up a little bit more. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, here we go. So when I do this last tracing part, I'm gonna wanna be careful not to accidentally go on the lines from where I cut it. I'm going to make sure I go on the part where I penciled it. Here we go. Whoop. There's the water. And then the boat. And then the top. Oh, and a cloud. Part of the sail. The other part of the sail. And the cloud again. And I just have one more part. Whoop, all done. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did doing today's art project.
Hey boys and girls, what time is it? It's time for the review game. Question 1. What was the mission God had given to the apostles? Was it A, go find the best fishing spot so we can feed more people? B, go tell everyone about Jesus? C, go home and spend quality time with the family? You know what the answer is? The answer is B. The angel told the apostles to go tell everyone about Jesus. Question 2, true or false? Other leaders with followers had come before Jesus, but when those leaders died, their followers scattered away. Is this true or false? The answer is true. Question 3, why was life getting harder for the apostles? Was it A, the apostles had been thrown in jail? B, the apostles had been beaten? C, the apostles had been threatened with death? Or D, all of the above? If you answer D, all of the above, you're right. Question 4, true or false? God is in control of everything, all the time, even when we can't see the whole picture. Is this true or false? The answer is true. Question 5. True or false? God's plans come true some of the time. Is this true or false? The answer is false. God's plans come true all of the time. Great job, everybody. Hey guys, what a great week. I had so much fun hanging out with you. And I need you to remember this. Just because we see a small piece of the puzzle, we can trust that God knows the whole entire thing and has a plan. Have a great week.